The U.S. military is investigating whether two Army Rangers killed during a raid in Afghanistan were struck by friendly fire. U.S. forces in Afghanistan said Friday. Military investigators are examining the possibility the two members of the 75th Ranger Regiment were accidentally killed by friendly fire during the more than 3-hour fight, the U.S. forces said in a statement. We investigate all combat deaths of U.S. service members. And because we believe that there is a possibility of friendly fire in this case, it is appropriate to notify the families. Once the investigation is complete, U.S. will provide the results to our chain of command, the statement said. The two Rangers were killed, and a third was wounded during a raid Wednesday night in Nangarhar province. Involved two platoons of U.S. Rangers and the same number of Afghan Special Security Forces. The Pentagon identified the two Rangers killed as T.S. Joshua Rogers, 22, of Bloomington Hill, and T.S. Cameron Thomas, 23, of Kettering, Ohio. The raid targeted leaders of the Islamic State's offshoot group in Afghanistan, including their emir, Abdul Hasib, who served as a link to the terrorist group's broader network outside of the country. Soon after landing near the compound by helicopter, the U.S. and Afghan forces came under intense fire from multiple directions and well-prepared fighting positions, the military statement said. The forces called in airstrikes to counter the enemy attack and allow for the evacuation of the wounded Rangers. The raid killed several leaders of the Islamic State in Afghanistan and more than 35 fighters. There were no civilian casualties, the statement said. The U.S. military called the actions of the forces involved in the raid exemplary. In the most difficult terrain and under complex circumstances, they were able to accomplish their mission while protecting the women and children in the compound, the military said. The raid was in the same province where the U.S. dropped the mother of all bombs earlier this month on a system of underground tunnels used by ISIS fighters. There are currently about 8,500 U.S. forces in Afghanistan trained and advising Afghan forces and conducting counterterrorism missions against Al-Qaeda, the Islamic State and other terrorist groups.